What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, don't forget to check out my second channel, Man in Society M.O.D, where we talk about stuff outside of the streets. Now, what I wanted to get into was actually something that I see a lot, right? And it gets brought to my attention, right? Multiple subscribers always, bring this up, right? They ask me if I watch certain channels, and I always say that, there's certain channels I don't watch for my reasons and my reasons only, right? Not to say that there's a rule on that, or not to say that, homies are seen as no good for that or anything like that, right? Because at the end of the day, people could watch whatever the hell they want, right? Nobody could tell an individual nothing about that, right? There's no rules set in place for that kind of stuff, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't know who people are watching in their own personal time when no one's around. So it's irrelevant. It doesn't even matter, right? So individuals peep game on individuals out there whose channels could be seen, I guess, to other people as no good, right? So then people are seen as no good for watching those channels, which is actually not true at all, right? There's a lot of homies that watch certain channels of people who have, fallen off or whatever the hell, right? But I noticed that the comments, when people leave comments saying that, people support these rat channels or dropout channels or whatever, always comes from individuals who are not gang-related, though. You never hear gang-related individuals making those comments. It's always non-affiliated people that make those comments, right? Because if you really want to dive deep into watching and supporting people who have ratted or who have dropped out or whatever the hell, right? Then I find it strange when people say that some of their favorite movies is American Me, or like these Italian movies, right? Or these documentaries, right? Where you're watching a documentary and a movie about someone who spilled the beans, who left the light behind, who completely, told on everybody in the planet, bro. You know what I mean? Like American Me and other movies, right? So you're supporting someone who told, right? You're supporting that kind of behavior, right? If we're literally gonna go by your logic, then you're supporting that type of activity. Then, when you're saying that you watch those movies and all that, it's the same thing. How is it different? You know what I mean? So I don't understand how people could justify one and not justify the other, right? But see, they don't ever think about the shit that comes out of their mouth, right? Because they think they know what it is to be a gang member. They think they know what it is to be gangster. They think they know what a gangster could do and can't do, right? That it blinds them from not being able to see the fucking, the common sense and shit, right? Because they're too busy trying to play gangster instead of actually being gangster, right? You can't, it's not the same thing from watching somebody talk about an incident, right, to you hanging around with this individual and supporting what he does, right, compared to you hearing what he has to say, right? And not only that, though, like I say, I don't watch them for my personal reasons, not to say that, I would see myself as that. It's just that my ideology and their ideologies don't line up, right? So therefore, it doesn't catch my interest. Therefore, I don't see the point in that for me, right? If we're just not going to agree, right? So therefore, it's just, it's irrelevant to me, right? Because their views don't line up with my views. But that's because those are my views, not to say that those are views that are set and rule, right? Excuse me. So, and the more stranger thing about all of this, to top it off too, is when they try to make non-affiliated people follow those rules too, right? Like when there's non-gang related associate, right? Like I was seeing this one, right, where I think Street Gang TV, or the one with Alonzo, right? Street TV, I think is what it's called. Somebody was putting, this guy supports snitches or some shit like that, right? And it's like, that's strange. What gang does Alonzo belong to? I would like to know. What gang is Alonzo from? I thought he didn't bang. I thought he was just a civilian, right? As far as my concern, right? Like, he's a civilian, right? Like, I mean, that's what I always thought, right? Because he is, right? And so therefore, if he's a civilian, rats, dropouts, fallouts, actives, it doesn't matter to him. He doesn't live by the gangster rules. He's not a gang member. Why would he follow the gang rules if he himself is not a gang member? I mean, because if you're gonna start following gang rules, let me tell you something. If you're gonna start following gang rules and you're not a gang member, but you're gonna follow this, no snitches, no all that bull crap, then go get into a gang. Then what you doing, bro? Then you go and get jumped into a body to stop trying to play pretend. Then go get jumped into a hood. Right? Because how are you going to try to follow and live and apply gangster rules, but you yourself are not a gang member, though? See, homies have to follow those rules because this is the life we picked and we are actually gang members. Right? When it means to, like, dealing with these individuals and stuff like that, right? So, you know what I mean? And then another thing is that when they were saying that, I forgot which channel it was, right? But he's a homie, right? But he interviewed someone who had fell off from the homies, right? And he wasn't aware of this information, right? So individuals were like, oh, this fool, hangs out with this fool. Like, well, he's not psychic, bro. Like, homies are not going to be aware of everybody's, fucking thing. Like, not everybody's infatuated with the internet like everybody else. Like, just because you know this information doesn't mean that everyone else knows this information, right? Because not everyone spends their time on the internet fucking, searching every creek and crack about information about individuals, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just because you watch, this content or research this content doesn't mean that everyone does the same, bro. There's a lot of channels out there that I don't know about and don't know, what's their backgrounds and stuff like that, bro. Like, you're not psychic, bro, So therefore, it's different if you know this information and you still doing it, right, compared to if you don't know this information, right? So it's just like I say, a whole lot of people a whole lot of people trying to play pretend on the internet, bro. Always. The truth of the matter is that, stop trying to think and act like you're a gangster and know what the gangster rules are when you don't, bro. Like, why do you want to keep facading and pretending like you know what's cracking when you don't, bro? And probably to antagonize people, but like, if homies are really from the streets, they know that these people are full of crap, bro. So the comments aren't even facing them. There's a lot of comments that people like leave on my channel. Me and the homies, we just laugh at them, bro. I be like, hey, fool, look what this fool put. We just start laughing, bro. Because people actually really think like they're saying something, bro. Like, that's damaging, bro. When it's like, like, instead of pretending to be, gangster, instead of pretending, to know what the gangster life is, or like trying to educate yourself, on all this gangster structure and everything, right? Then you might as well pretend to be a doctor, a lawyer, something that's actually beneficial. Like, go and, soak up knowledge on those subjects, right? And then that way, at least you can pretend to be something productive instead of something as a game. It's bad. I mean, like people say, gang members are bad, right? And like, who'd rather waste their time being a gang member and who would want to be that? It's even worse when you try to pretend to be something that's worthless. Imagine if being this is worthless. Imagine trying to pretend to be something that's worthless, bro. That's like... But overall, there's no rules set in motion about, what people can watch and what they can't watch, right? It's up to each individual to choose whatever they want to watch, bro, like I said. Because, like I said, there's people out there that watch channels of people that fell off, bro. You know what I mean? I'd be like, man, fuck that fool, bro. Like, not sometimes hateful, but they gotta say it's interesting. I guess. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's just the way it is, homie, because like I said, because if you're going to start mandating rules like that and stuff like that, then there's a whole lot of music that people can't bump, and there's a whole lot of movies that people love that they shouldn't be watching then. And those are just the facts, homie. But I'm just saying, what's your opinion? Leave it in the comments and shout out, we out.